what's your prediction, Rob?
This is a tough one. I mean, if you ask me, is it likely that the 49ers will beat the Cardinals on Sunday? My answer is no, it's not likely. But I'm a homer, Grant. I'm an absolute homer. And so the way in which I approach this is trying to talk myself into how the 49ers are going to win this game. I put on my best salesman hat and I try to sell myself on the idea that the 49ers absolutely have a path to victory on this. So let's not forget that while this Cardinals team is very talented, they are 6th overall in both DVOA and offensive VOA, however you say that. So they're a well-rounded team. Now, if you look at actual statistical yardage from their defense and their defense is much more suspect in that instance. And so DVOA is a very open to interpretation stat. Therefore, I still see them as a vulnerable team, that they still have weaknesses. Let's not forget the idea that 9 times out of 10, Arizona would be 3-1 at this point. It came down to a 38-yard field goal for Minnesota. That's absolutely a 90% probability kick for any kicker in the NFL inside 40 yards. And they missed it, right? So that happened. They are 4-0. I'm not taking that away from them, but they're not perfect. We're not headed into a team that is flawless. They have, to this point, been +5 in turnover differential. The 49ers are -5 in turnover differential. The statistical likelihood of that continuing seems doubtful in my mind. Again, I could be a little bit of a homer in that because statistically, it could just continue in that way. You may say that they get those turnovers because they are the better team. But all that combined with the 5.4 yards per rush allowed by the Arizona defense, with the three-headed monster coming in for the 49ers with Trey Lance, Trey Sermon, and Elijah Mitchell going up against that suspect rush defense, I think the 49ers can take this one, and I'm predicting them to walk away with it in a close victory.
What's the score?
I think the score in this one's 27-24. The 49ers win it at the end.
Okay, I like that. It was a homer pick for sure. But it was you supported your reasoning well, and it was very persuasive. So A+. I'm picking the Cardinals. And it's not a shot at the 40. This is the best team in the NFC.
Right.
They're better than I thought they would be, and I like them more than anyone. I think you look at what the Seahawks did here last week on this field when the Niners were at home, put up 28 points with about like a half's worth of offense. It's the number 1 offense in the league. Yards, points. You said they could score 35. I think they're going to score 35. I think they will. And I think the Niners are going to score 28. I'll give them 28. I think they are going to run the ball well. I think Trey Lance is going to basically play well. Arizona doesn't have corners either. They should be able to do what they want on offense. But that's the number 1 offense in the league. And if Seattle can score 28, then I'm thinking Arizona could score at least 30. So 35-28 Arizona, which is actually, you can build off that.
You can. Theoretically. Yeah, even if that's what ends up playing out, if my prediction is incorrect and the 49ers put up a formidable effort, as much as that pains me to have moral victories at this point in the season where I legitimately thought we had a shot, not a great shot, but a shot at getting to the Super Bowl again, that's painful, man. Week 5, we're talking about moral victories.
Well, think about it, though. It's only week 5. If they lose this game, they're 2-3. They have a bye week. After the bye, they play Indy. That's a winnable game no matter who their quarterback is. Then they go to Chicago. That's another winnable game no matter who their quarterback is. And then they have Arizona at home. So if they can go toe-to-toe with Arizona with Trey Lance, they might feel like they can beat them the next time. And they could go on a 3-game winning streak to back up their 3-game losing streak. The season isn't over. The season is not over. And even though they're probably going to lose this game, it doesn't mean that they're screwed if they do, because this is the best team they've faced. And if they can, they played down to the Seahawks. If they can play up to the Cardinals, that's a good sign.
They won't be screwed if they lose it, but how would you say 49ers fans will feel if they drop the 3rd game in a row?
Awful. And they'll blame Trey Lance. They won't be very excited. Don't be like, hey, we lost, but there were some good things from Trey. They won't be able to feel that way for a long time. And that's why it's a tough situation for Trey. I mean, a lot of Niner fans are going to, if he doesn't look like Colin Kaepernick right away, then it's like, oh, he screwed up. This is the worst pick. A lot of pressure on him and Kyle.
and an extra week for that fervor to build while nothing can change it on the bye.